City of Stevens Point Transportation Commission meeting, recorded September 8, 2025.
Not too quick, but. All right, it's 5 o'clock and we have a quorum, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks everybody for coming or calling in. So we'll start with the agenda. What is the roll call? How are we gonna run that?
Carolyn Peterson.
Here.
Neil Prendergast is excused. Alder Jackie Guthrie.
Present.
Tom Bertram.
Present.
Alder Allison Burr.
Here.
Heidi Oberstadt.
Here.
And Nicole Lisney.
Here. All right, we'll move to agenda item number 2, approval of the July 2025 minutes. Those were in the packet or the email. Any questions for Talon? If not, we can take a motion.
I'll move your approve.
Thank you. Second. So a motion and a second. Any further questions or comments on the minutes? Okay, then we'll take the motion to call. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, so that takes us to agenda topic number 3, which is approval of the July and August 2025 financial claims report. So again, in the email or in the packet. Did anyone have any questions or comments?
I had a comment, actually a question. For this, what is it, number 8606, it's $12,000. What subscription is that?
So that is our annual subscription for our payroll and HR software.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was like, I hope that's not.
Yes, I feel the same way. It's like some of the prices of stuff is
Yeah.
just getting
Yeah.
out of hand. But that's Transit's portion of it. We do share with utilities on that.
I also had a question, and apologies, I'm new, so maybe this has been covered previously, but I saw pretty significant funds identified under volunteer reimbursement. I wonder if staff could help us understand if those are services or goods or and who that's going to, and help us understand what services they're providing under a title of
Yeah.
volunteer.
Yep, absolutely. So that is for our volunteer driver service that we that came over with the county city transit merger. It's a volunteer service where volunteer drivers take seniors and individuals with disabilities on trips that we can't do in our regular service, and those volunteers get reimbursed at the federal mileage rate for their miles, and then they donate their hours to the program, and that's funded through 8521 program, and has been in the past through 5310. When I was actually going to give an update on our volunteer program during our staff updates. But yeah, that's what it is. It's our volunteer program. It goes out the same time that payroll goes out, and that gets given right to our volunteers, kind of a check right to them as a reimbursement for their mileage.
Thanks. I have no further questions on that.
Any other questions? Otherwise, we can take a motion to approve.
I'd move approval.
Okay. Motion by Heidi.
Thanks.
Second. And a second. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, those opposed? Okay, motion carries. So that'll take us to the staff system and ridership update.
Number 4.
Oh, did I miss one? I did. Darn it.
Your favorite one?
It is, yeah, approval of the free ride Fridays on the fixed, route system. And I'll maybe talk about this. We've been, cause I've been with the commission for years, we've been doing this, for a long time, providing free rides on Fridays. It allows people to try out the bus. It gets people to use, go downtown and check it out. So kind of a nice thing to do in December as people get ready for the holidays. So. Any questions on that?
Yeah, I mean, and then also just a comment, if anybody has any suggestions for promoting it, I thought we'd get it out there early this year so we can get it, kind of create a marketing program for it with social media and the city website, and just, maybe some posters or things like that promoting it.
It's also a great opportunity for anybody on the commission to take a Friday afternoon or Friday off and ride the system. Then you get to see how it's working, and it doesn't cost you any money. So the drivers always pick up when somebody gets on and you're not a normal rider. They ask you who you are, and if you tell them you're with the commission, then they talk with you a little bit about it. It's kind of a neat thing to do. So yeah, I've been trying to get Tom to do it with me for years. Maybe this year he'll actually join me on a Friday.
I know I rode the late night one time in there years ago. That was fun.
Yeah, late night's always fun too, yeah. So, all right, so we probably need a motion for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Carolyn,
Friday.
I'll second.
second by Tom. Any further questions? Okay, then we'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now we can move into agenda item number 5.
Yeah, so from a staffing update, we're doing well. We had one retirement and the replacement is onboarded and out there driving currently. So, that's just keep knocking on wood staffing wise, but we seem to be doing well and seem to have good applicants coming in when we do have openings. From a system update, everything kind of running as normal. I did want to talk about our volunteer program a little bit. We did talk at the county, I did talk about the county's transportation coordinating committee about our volunteer program. We have 4 or 5, we have 5 volunteers, some of them more inconsistent, a couple of them that take rides all the time. We did just have one new volunteer start off. That's from 30, where we started pre-pandemic. We had 30 or more volunteers driving for the program. Between that and then funding being very competitive through the 5310 program, the volunteer program's kind of taken quite a hit over the last few years. Some of it's been natural through the pandemic, but the need is there for our community, for people to get trips. We do a lot of trips to like Wausau for medical appointments and Marshfield and Milwaukee, Madison. But I'm seeing kind of the trend with the current medical system that people are having to go to different facilities across the state, and there's just not a lot of options, especially inexpensive options for them. But unless we get it's it's kind of one of these things where we don't want to see it go, and it won't for lack of trying, but right now the average age of our volunteer is over 80, and so, you know, and even new people that are signing up, it's just kind of something that we're keeping a close eye on, and then trying to be somewhat selective on the trips that we're doing, because they're on a first serve, first basis, making sure we're getting trips that people really need. So just kind of wanted to give that update. I have some ridership charts for you that I want to share here.
So how do we try to get new volunteers?
So we currently are working with the RSVP program manager at the ADRC that does volunteers. We've done a few different campaigns in the past. The university, I think we've had one university student sign up and never take a trip. But yeah, that's the question, is how do you give volunteers? Because it's not something that's just facing us, it's facing all volunteer programs across the state. And something that people have noticed with volunteer driving is with Uber and Lyft and other companies like that, they're starting to categorize volunteer drivers under that category and pushing their insurance rates way up. So basic federal mileage rate isn't really cutting it for them to, you know, their thing. But we have reached out to WISDOT, GWAR, which is Greater Wisconsin Agency on Aging Resources, and to see what different counties are doing throughout the state and different programs. So that's something Caitlin and I have been working with on setting up some meetings and seeing what people are doing with that. So I will share our, let's see if I can share it. I will share our ridership reports. So this is our ridership since 2021. So you're going to see a continual, our fixed route ridership here on top. We are seeing growing and growing ridership. These dips in the summer are when the university is off. In 2023, we didn't have quite a dip during the summer because of the U.S. Senior Open had a big boost in ridership. But you'll even see, you know, we dipped to 8,000 last summer. We didn't dip quite that far this summer. So, you know, hopefully, you know, well, and I think the need is there for transit where we're going to see this continue to go up. This is our rural and paratransit service. That's the door-to-door white vans that you see going along. So we've seen kind of consistent growth up to 2024 and then maybe plateauing here. The last few months, we kind of see it trending towards growing again. We've been working with our software. We're trying to be able to fit as many trips as we can in a day with the current level of staff that we're doing. So we've been working with them, kind of a project this last month on scheduling to be able to schedule more and more trips. And then you'll see our volunteer program here. And the last program that's really kind of floats around zero is our subsidized taxi program. So we'll work with the local taxi provider to subsidize for trips that we can't, that would qualify for our services, but we can't fit on our services. So usually I think we're averaging like 1.5 trips a day on that. But they've also cut services quite a bit, or not also, they have cut services quite a bit. They don't go to bar close anymore. They don't operate on Sundays. The taxi.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't operate on Sundays, so how do people like get to church?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta go Saturday night then.
Yeah, well, you can't because they're usually after,
Yeah.
well, tags that got sold.
See if I can switch over here. Okay, and then this is that fixed route number. This is just the comparison between university ridership and regular ridership. You can see still the trend up, but the more consistent ridership, you know, we're not seeing big dips during the summer on our general public ridership, but summer's back. And I think we've had, I want to say it was our best opening weekend of late night or our highest ridership of late night this year. So some things you don't have to teach students. They come back, they get on the bus, but
At least they're not driving.
yeah, it was over 1,100 trips, which is usually like one of our busier weekends for us.
So, question, what are the peaks for the UWSP ridership? Is that like during the winter or during finals or?
Yeah, so it's September, Halloween.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, summer, bad weather. We've
Okay.
seen influence ridership on campus because people will be like, I'm not walking to class today. So if we have it kind of line up, it will do that. But late night events on campus, things like that. And with that, I'll take any questions. I like to talk people's ears off about transit.
So there's been no impact to the volunteer program, like the federal program hasn't disappeared, or, remember I gotten that inquiry about it?
Yes, yeah, so that 5310 program, so what we were able to do with that is, we were using that to reimburse for a lot of our staffing expenses and some different things. So we basically moved everything we can over to public transit that we can. And right now, it's basically the 8521 funds that are funding that program right now. So we have seen that, but like I said, it kind of lines up with that, you know, the ridership was quite a bit more 2019, dropped to nothing in 2020, and it's just stayed down there. So we're not hitting a big financial burden because of it, but I still do see that need in our community. And A, we can't do it if we don't have the volunteers, and then B, we can't do it if we don't have the funding. So, and with how competitive that is, I don't know if we'll ever be able to get that 5310 funding back like it was when it started.
I guess this is confused. 5310 state, right?
No, the 53s are federal. So 5311 is for rural public transportation funding. 5310 is for specialized transportation. And then the 85s are the state.
Okay, that's the I was, because of,
Any questions online? Okay. Well, then that takes us, you didn't have anything else, right, Tom? Okay. So that takes us to our last agenda item, which is the next meeting date. So Monday, October 13th at 5 o'clock. Oh, yes, Tuesday. October,
Okay.
oh,
that's why it's italicized,
yeah.
it's Tuesday. Why did it?
October, then it would be October 14th. October 13th is a Monday.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, October 13th is a Monday. Yes, with it being a holiday. And, sorry, transit does still operate that day, but we'll, I I don't know if we can do like a TBD on that, or if we want to just go ahead and move it to the 14th. That works with me. Is that when they're doing the other city meeting? Okay, so we'll do the 14th.
I could probably make that work. It's not a holiday for me, but. Does that work for you three online then? Jackie,
You
Heidi?
can do
and
either
Tom?
day, whatever works best for you is fine with me.
I may have to dip
Okay.
out early.
Okay. We'll just make it a quick one. I won't skip over any of the agenda items that come up.
You're gonna be at Tai Chi with me anyway.
Yes, yes. Okay, so next meeting will be Tuesday, October 14th at 5 PM then. Okay. And with that, we're adjourned.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.